What is up, guys? It is Michael Tender from AbsolutelyArbitrary here, bringing you a little bit of domination on Crisis using the Enfield because I started on my dad's account because my account currently has no gold, but I didn't have internet, so it wasn't really a problem. So if you guys wondering why I'm playing on the account Boston, it's me playing. I'm just on my dad's account. Alright, so today's topics are, the first thing is my local balloon festival. I think it's the 15th year it's been going on. Brings in about a crowd of 20,000 people estimated. Pretty sweet. I'll talk to you a little bit about that later. And secondly, we're talking about the aggro game commentator elimination. It's currently in round 3 of the semifinals with over 70,000 votes in the last 2 weeks, and it's down to the last 4 competing commentators. Pro Syndicate, Tmartn, Jericho, and GoldGlove TV, and that will be the second thing I will be discussing later on, but you guys should check it out regardless. Alright guys, so the weekend from August 19th to the 21st, it was reported scattered thunderstorms for the balloon festival, so it was kind of iffy if a lot of balloons would go up, because we usually have some pretty sweet balloons, including like a giant American flag one. There's always like a Mr. Potato Head, and just really cool balloons that like the novelty balloons, you know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting to go down there, hang out with a bunch of people you haven't seen for the whole summer, you know, and just hang out, have a great time. And one of my friends, you know, I don't want to say called me if it was through Facebook, but and she's like, alright, let's just go down, have a good time. And I was like, alright, that's cool. I have nothing to do really, and I was, you know, debating on going anyways. So we ended up going down, walking around a lot, seeing a lot of people, having a lot of awkward moments. And overall, it was a great experience. The only regret is that I didn't bring my camera, which I kind of wanted to, but I was like, alright, well, she wanted to make plans, but I wasn't even sure if she wanted to go to the balloon festival, so I'm not even going to bring it just in case. But I regret not bringing it because, you know, I mean, footage of that would be sweet. I would love to show you guys that, you know, next year, because it's already done already. So we did a lot of walking around. Oh, and some guy, I'm not sure if it was a guy or a girl or a kid or an adult, but someone got too close to a balloon and actually ignited their body on fire, which is a disaster. Like, that's awful. I definitely hope that that person is safe right now. There were a lot of ambulances and fire trucks and everything else, so I'm really crossing my fingers that they're alright. It's been a few days, so I'm sure they're fine. But to hop on a lighter note and definitely to brighten up this commentary from, you know, away from people igniting on fire and whatnot, you know, the great thing about these little fairs and like public events like that is that they have great food. You always find, you know, the ice cream, the pretzels, the, you know, whatever. But the main thing I love is the fried dough. Love that stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't have a dime in my pocket to get any food at all there, and it was like I haven't eaten for hours. I'm hungry. It's dinner time. So I didn't get any fried dough. I didn't get any food, which was really unfortunate. However, the next day, or it was like, I think it was like a Sunday, I was like, alright, I'm looking up online, making my own dough, making fried dough, it's gonna happen. But this is my story for that. I ended up, you know, gathering the materials, I had everything around the house, made some dough, I thought it came out alright, but then I got to the frying part. I used a frying pan, you know, some oil, whatever, you know, just the usual, you know, technique to do it. I mean, I didn't have a deep fryer on hand, but this way works just as fine as long as you do it correctly. And then I ended up burning the first couple. I think it was like 2. I burnt like just like brown. They were just burnt. So I tossed those out, tried again. I think I had 2 or 3 that were alright, but they didn't taste the same. And so I'm guessing like I had a basic dough recipe, right? And so I'm gonna guess that it was the dough that wasn't quite right. It was just normal dough, but my sister said that pizza dough works better. So I might take her word on that and try it with pizza dough next time, or have my parents go through it and I'll just watch them do it, you know what I mean, and learn from what they're doing properly. But it was alright. It was a neat experience. It took like 2 hours. I burned a couple. I think I burned my hand on the pan cleaning it afterwards, because I always feel that grease is a lot easier to clean while it's still like not solidified on the pan, so you just go right to the hot water and stuff like that, wash it up. It's really easy. So I think I burned my hand on that. I had a little bit of fried dough, had a lot of powdered sugar, so, you know, I kind of balanced the whole simple dough, simple technique, powdered sugar, delicious. Oh, and actually, speaking of food, while I was walking around with my friend at the balloon festival, it's kind of like in a giant park. It's called Railroad Park, and it's got a path going around the entire thing, and the middle of it's just like grass and just flat and everything like that, so that's where the balloons set up and whatnot. And along the edges is where you'll find your little like ghetto tent styled shops and stuff like that, where people will sell these neat little toys, or they'll sell like homemade necklaces or whatever, or they'll set up like food booths and have donations to like the local football team or a local foundation for cancer or something like that. And as you walk around, there's a long strip of the food. It's kind of like the food court, if you will. And at the edge of it, it's like a little, not a little, it's actually a large tent, and it's kind of fenced in so that you can go inside if it's raining out or whatever and enjoy your food at these picnic tables and whatever set up so that you guys can enjoy your food and sit down and whatnot and not be crowded by the huge masses of people that are just around everywhere. So my friend and I, we go in here thinking that we're going to be able to walk through the other side of it instead of go all the way around because it's fenced off. And we start walking through the middle of it, and we're casually talking and whatnot, and we reach the end of it where these guys are like taking down like their grills because it's the end of the night and whatnot. It's getting dark, no one's really ordering food as much, and we find out that it's completely blocked off. So intentionally they block it off so people don't go through, so it stays rather empty so that people can enjoy their food. Well, we walk through, it's completely cleared off. We just stop suddenly, like you just forgot something in the middle of the hallway at school, and you're like, oh, I should be going in the opposite direction. Awkward. So we awkwardly turn around as the only people not sitting down and eating food, and just proceed to walk out of the tent like nothing happened. And personally, I mean, I turned to my phone and was just like pretending like I had something important to look at while I was not looking around at people. It was pretty awkward for the moment, but it was something to laugh about right when we got out of there. And that's probably one of the highlights of the whole thing for me. I know it's something simple, but it's really funny like to look back on it, and it was funny in the moment because I don't usually get awkward, but that was kind of an awkward thing because this guy was looking right at me as he was taking on the grill like, dude, you're an idiot. You just walked into like this net fencing, and it was pretty funny. But enough about the balloon festival. It was a great day. I enjoyed myself. Saw some balloons, really cool, especially with like the sun setting, everything like that. I know it's smooshy, soft stuff, but it was a good time. It was beautiful, and that's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is on to the aggro game commentators elimination tournament type deal. If you guys don't know what that is, I will have a link in the description. You guys can check it out, read some info up on it and whatnot. And I gotta say that a lot of good commentators were involved in this. A lot of my personal favorites. I mean, you got Bash, the real Mark of J, Dunkus, Tmartn, Optic Diesel. I mean, there are really good guys in this, and that's only a few of them. And it's only down to 4: Tmartn, Jericho, GoldGlove, and Pro Syndicate. I love all 4 of these guys. I've had great moments listening to them, all of them. But my vote is definitely with GoldGlove and Tmartn. I love those guys. And I can only choose one of them, or one of each because it's the semifinals and whatnot. But those are the guys I'm going with. If you guys don't know who they are, I will have links in my description for those guys, or the little bar on the video, that annotation. You guys can check out that as well. To their YouTube channel. If you guys don't know who they are, they're hilarious. They have some great stories. Tmartn's got the tips, the tricks, everything you need to know to become a better COD player. And GoldGlove's just got. He's making you a better person, and you don't even know it yet. So that's just, a little insight on both of them. I mean, and honestly, vote for whoever you feel deserves the vote in your opinion. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to vote for anyone in particular, but that's exactly what I'm going to do, alright guys? So vote for Tmartn. He's the man to go to for tips and tricks about Call of Duty. Vote for GoldGlove, because he does a lot of Let's Plays. He is the man to turn to for Let's Plays. He's great, he's funny, he's got a lot of life stories, he's got a lot of experience in his hands. Alright guys, so that's all the information I'm going to give you on the aggro game commentator elimination. If you guys want more information, look in the description for a link. And what is it? It is like Monday today. We are less than a week, just under a week until I'm hosting the LA Gaming Tournament. Not LA as in, Los Angeles on the West Coast, but the Lewis and Auburn is in Maine. And I'm hosting that next Sunday. I will let you guys know how that goes. Oh, and this is a little quite random, but that's alright. I'm going to go with it right now. Today, I was playing with a few of my friends. We were playing the Express playlist on Black Ops, which is really fun. No ghost, no second chance. 30-second in between each match, so you guys could go check that out if you guys are having a little bit bored with it, with the game and everything like that. But regardless, my friend hit #1, ranked #1 for the weekly counter for Capture the Flag. He's got like 643 points per second. He's Cody. Congratulations, man. That is somewhat of an accomplishment. I know there's only like 14,000 people that did it so far, but regardless, you were #1 by like 70 points, which is a hard achievement in my opinion for the moment. So congrats. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, comment. Make sure to check out GoldGlove and Tmartn. Vote for him, and have a nice day, guys.